Now with our media player object here, there's a few other things we can do with it. For instance, we can also attach our media player to an event. For instance, if you want to make sure that at the end of the music, at the end of the playback time, I want to do something, right? We can do that. So come up here, I'm going to say media player dot set on. Look at all of these methods that we can actually use. Okay, so there's info, there's media time discontinued listener, seek complete listener, all sort of things. So we want to set on completion listener. I'm going to pass, of course, a new on completion listener as such. So on our completion listener here, we are also getting our media player with this object there. Okay, so at this point here, we can do all sort of things. For instance, I can say MP. I can get the duration of the entire MP3, right? Get the duration there. And I can put that inside of an int because I know it'll receive an integer. So duration is equal to that. Okay. Right. So at this point here, I can go ahead and say, for instance, toast, make this. I'm going to pass our string dot value of, because I know it's an integer. So I'm going to pass duration as this. Let's make this an actual duration, not duratio. And I'm going to keep going here, toast, and don't forget to show it. Okay, very good. So at this point here, we should get the duration of the entire of our MP3. Now the thing about duration is that it comes out as milliseconds or in milliseconds, right? So it's going to be, for instance, 1000 like that for 1 second. Okay, so we need to divide it by, in this case, I'm going to divide it by 1000 to get our milliseconds. 2 seconds. But also if we are talking about minutes, I can come down here and actually divide that by 60 to get just the minutes. Okay, so I'm going to put all into parentheses there and divide that by 60 because a minute has 60 seconds. So if we go ahead and run our application right now, at the end on completion of our MP3 player, once it finishes playing, we should be able to hopefully see a toast that says the value or the duration of our MP3. Save this and give it a run. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play. It'll take a little bit because it takes time. It's a long song. I'm going to speed things up here a little bit. And you can see it says 3 there. Okay, very good. Of course, it's not just 3 minutes on the dot, but at least we got the length, the main length. So it's 3 minutes and probably 24 seconds. We'll take a look later time how to actually get all of that. All right, so we're able to see the on completion here. And there's all sort of things that you can, of course, do once the media player is done playing the sound or the music. So what we're going to do next is we're going to add a seek bar inside of our activity main XML. So a seek bar allows us to seek to a certain part of the MP3 of the music, right? So if you want to seek to minute 2, we can just slide to the right and then go to that part of the music. So let's go ahead and find our seek bar here. I'm going to go and say seek bar. I'm going to take the first one. Okay, drop it there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it to be below or at the top of our play button. I'm going to add all these constraints that you know of. I'm going to make this a little bit larger so you can actually see. There we go. Looking good. You can see kind of there is that line there. There is our circle, which is our seek bar. Very good. So let's give it a few things to our seek bar. So I'm going to say seek bar ID like that. And let's go back to our main activity. So at the top, I'm going to create an instance variable here, private seek bar, and don't forget to get it. Right below here, I'm going to say seek bar dot set on seek bar change listener. Okay, I'm going to add new on seek bar change listener. And you can see we have overridden a few methods here. So this is going to be attaching to our seek bar. So on progress change. So if progress is changing, then we can do certain things. In fact, you can see here we have progress, an integer that shows at what point we are in the playback. Okay, Boolean from user and so forth. Okay, so then we have on start tracking touch. So the moment our user touches our seek bar, we're gonna start getting the information, the on-touch information, right? And then we have the on-stop tracking touch. So you can see here, there are things that we're going to be able to do with our seek bar. Now, if you look at a seek bar here, you notice that seek bar has a few other properties. One of which is the max, because we want to make sure that what is the maximum of the span of our seek bar? Is it from 0 to 10 minutes, from 0 to 1 minute or so? Now, how do we get that? Well, we can set that because we have a way to get from a media player to know exactly how long is our MP3, which incidentally is going to be the max for our seek bar. So right somewhere around here, I can even come right here. I'm going to say seek bar dot set max like that, and I can say media player dot get duration. Okay, if I save this and give it a quick run here, let's see what's going to happen. We should at least see our seek bar. There we go. There is our seek bar. So we can actually go all the way and come back. So now what we can do inside of our progress change, notice we have our object seek bar, we have the progress, which means it's going to be the minutes we want to go to, right? So this boolean from user here allows us to say, okay, the user has indeed touched. So I can say here, look at this, I can say if from user is true, meaning that the user has touched our seek bar, I can go ahead and seek to where the user wants to start playing the music. So in this case here, I can say media player dot, there is a method called seek to, and we're going to pass our time. Where do we get that time from? Well, we get from progress, like that, right? Because it's on progress change, we'll have exactly that information. So at this point here, look at this. If I save and give it a run, so let's see if this works. Play. So we're having issues here. Here's why. So the problem here is where we calling our seek bar is the wrong place. We need to call the seek bar set max in a place where the media player is active. So that means I'm going to go ahead and cut this. It should be inside of unprepared, because once everything is prepared, everything is ready to start playing. That's when we should call our seek bar set media player. Okay. In fact, we could also call just this MP here would work, but this works as well because this media player object is the same as this one here. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and run this and see if we're gonna not run into issues. Okay. Let's play. There we go. Let's move. See that? Keeps playing. Look at that. Very nice. I can pause. Can keep playing. Go back. So it's working, right? Very good. So our seek bar is indeed working for us. Okay, so just make sure whenever we're setting things up, we have to be inside on prepared, because again, this is where our media player is ready to go. Everything is set up for us to go. In fact, I can, like I said, I can put MP here, use this MP player here. That same thing. It will still run because that is just what we're passing from outside. All right, it's same player. So play. I can still move. It still works fine. All right, very good. There we go. So you're able to use a seek bar and to seek to a certain part of the song and play from there.